Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Chris. I am the creator of EraserMath.com, and I just wanted to take you through some of the different options you have in using the website. So I'm going to later on, this will be part one, and then I'm later on going to go over the full math lessons. But I'd like to start with going through what the teacher portal is, and then I'll briefly talk about the student portal. Teachers can sign up for an account and then they add students. So you can add one student, 5 students, you can add 100 students. But I'm going to just add a couple today to show you an example. All right, so you could go to Teacher Portal, but I'm going to go directly to the sign up area. Either way, you can get to where you can sign up. And here is where you have to decide on your name. I have here just the name Jones put in as an example. It's up to you. You can put your last name, you can maybe your class has a name, or you might say something like Mr. Smith. And I'm going to just put in real quick some gibberish here, but that's not going to work because unfortunately you can't put a space. And it will tell you you cannot put a space in there, but you can either put it just next to each other in one word, or in this case, I'm going to put an underscore. And so Mr. Smith, I will create a password. Your passwords are encrypted and safe. I'll talk about how student passwords I don't encrypt because I want you to be able to have access to their passwords for the students to let them know what it is if they need it. And I'll get to that in a moment. So don't use any special, here's some more gibberish there. If you don't, and I'm just doing this for sign up purposes, if I wanted to, I could send my email. I'm going to leave that up to you. I can just put anything I want. Whoops, I didn't spell email correct. My typing is not the best. And the email is only, I'm not going to do anything with it other than if you needed to have a password reset because you're not able to look up your password. And I can't either. I will not know your password. It's encrypted, but I can create a new one for you and send it to you. And that's the only reason for the email. And if you just put in a bunch of silly letters, that's okay. All right, so it was created. Awesome, that's it. Now you can add students. And I am Mr. Smith. You can see they're lowercase because it made a web page. I'll get to that in a moment, but it made a web page and it just sets them all down in lowercase for consistency. So now you can see I'm logged in. If I wasn't logged in, I would have seen a slightly different look on the page, and I could have logged in from there as well, like I'd mentioned earlier. If I want to, I can log out. I have two options here. I can view my students, and there aren't any, and this would then take me to their individual pages if I wanted to go to also, but I'm going to have to add students first. So let's go and let's click on Add Students, and you can pick any name you want. You might want to add something else if like you have a Bobby in your class and maybe it's already been used. You can make it capital letters, but again, that will go on their web page. So make sure you put in capital letters, but then it will be truncated down to lowercase. And I'm going to just use 1, 2, 3, 4 as an example. And I'll sign up, and it added it. Oh, good. So Bobby is in there. Now, if it had already been used, that username, you might have to say Bobby1 or Bobby2 or something like that. So now let's add another one, and I'll add Mary and one. I'm going to use the same password. That's up to you. Now I have noticed in signing in sometimes, just to prepare you, on Chrome, if they're really common names and common passwords, it gives you a warning like it's been hacked or something. That's not from my website. That's just telling you that they have seen that passwords have come across that's in their database that have been matched with a username, and be careful. Something might be wrong, but not a problem here. But it's at the same time, I'm going to show you right now when we go back to Teacher Portal right here, that they're not encrypted, the passwords. So that's why you don't want to use anything that's special, but you're not wanting to because you're passing passwords on to your fellow students. Now, if I want to look at their individual pages, I can. And I can go here to Bobby, and this is Bobby's page. It's been created for him. It's at your name and then Bobby. And there will be work here that he does if you choose to use this portion of erasermath.com. On Bobby's site, it will say a student portal, so he will not get a teacher portal link when he signs in with 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll go back to, and you'll see it's the same thing with Mary, and this is Mary's page. But also I thought, well, you don't want to have to, if you're checking students' work, if you have 30 students in your class, you don't want to go through checking 30 individual ones. So I added this teacher page here. And on this teacher page is your page. And all of their work will, simultaneously at the exact same time, put their work on here. And after we go through that example in part 2, you will see that their work will appear here. And you can just look through it there. You can print out the sheet, whatever you would like to do. I hope that was clear and helpful. And that is going to be part 1 of this. And part 2 is going to be about signing in as a student and doing one of these lessons. I think I'll be doing add integers on part 2, but really it could be any of the lessons. All right, hope that was helpful. Have a great day, and I'll hopefully see you at part 2.